Hi, I'm Susannah Kenton, and I'm here with my friend Lesley Huntley, who has a beautiful business called Market with Love. And we have identified that she and I, and many of the people that she helps, have a fear of being visible. And so we decided we would bite the bullet and hop on a call together and just explore this fear, the fear of putting ourselves out there that I think many people have, in order to see if by doing a couple of rounds of EFT tapping, we can free up a bit more spaciousness for us and for you. So, Lesley, let's dig in.
Hey.
In terms of this fear of being visible, do you know what comes up for you when you think about being visible? What is some of the stuff? I know you've mentioned to me in the past, like the imposter thing. Tell
Yes,
me a bit
yeah.
about that.
Well, especially in the industry that, I've been running a pet care business for the past 10 years, and I really feel drawn to help, probably women with, starting pet businesses or just, heart-centered businesses.
Mhm.
And there's so many people in the pet business space that know so much more than I do and who have been through, that I feel like that, why would anyone listen to me sort of thing when there's these people who have written books and they do webinars and, really put themselves out there all the time, why would they choose me sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think
So,
that's a fear that many people, almost anyone really, who's starting something new, or stepping into something they haven't done before, feels. They're like, who am I to write a book, or who am
mm,
I to launch this business, or whatever. And I think it's just the stuff that we carry of the insecurity, of the limiting beliefs. So let's see what we can do. You are familiar with EFT tapping, and what we'll do
yeah,
is we'll just kind of dive into a couple of rounds. The other thing
nice.
we thought about was people's fear of putting themselves out there.
Mm.
And you mentioned, what was the thing that you mentioned about the hardest part for you about that?
Well, just sometimes what's in here, I find it difficult to sort of come out here coherently, sort of in a way that and it's like, no, I didn't mean it like that sort of thing, or I can't think of a word and, I stumble over things and just, I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about sort of thing and,
Yeah. And so
worry
there's,
that I'm going to get caught up and,
yeah. So there's that
mm,
aspect of our minds that's always kind of judging us and saying,
mm.
like you saw me trying to get ready for this call, deciding which scarf to put on. It's like, nope, I don't like that one. No, that doesn't work.
Oh.
So, okay. So let's see. Let's just take a breath. I always like to begin everything with a breath, with the intention to free up a bit more spaciousness and to recognize that any identity that you or I or anyone listening may have around that causes them to feel afraid, to feel not good enough in terms of putting themselves out there, being visible. Um, all of that stuff is just stuff. And the beauty of EFT tapping for me is we just clear energetically those limiting thoughts and beliefs out of the body and the energy system so that we can begin to move in the direction of what we desire. Because for you, for me, and for hopefully some people listening, what we really want to do is empower people to get into what they care most passionately about and clear the obstacles, the blockages that might prevent them from doing that. And even showing up in this call, right, you're already being visible. So I honor you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so on a scale of 0 to 10, if I ask you how high is the fear of being visible, what number would you give it?
It's up there. It's definitely up there. I would say an 8 or a 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. Let's start tapping on the karate chop point. We say, even though I have this fear of being visible,
Even though I have this fear of being visible,
and it holds me back from
and
being
it
able to help people the way I want to.
and it holds me back from being able to help people the way I want to.
I'd like to love and accept myself anyway.
I'd like to love and accept myself anyway,
Even though I have this fear of being visible
even though I have this fear of being visible
and this fear of imposter syndrome,
and this fear of imposter syndrome.
I don't even know where these things come from.
I don't even know where these things come from.
I'd like to forgive myself
I'd like to forgive
and
myself
anything else
and anything else
that has contributed to my being afraid
that has contributed to my being afraid
of being visible,
of being visible,
even though I'm so scared to be visible.
even though I'm so scared to be visible.
Even doing this call is scary.
Even doing this call is scary.
Yeah. I'm ready to lighten up
I'm ready to lighten up
and free up a space
and free up a space
where even if I'm afraid,
where even if I'm afraid,
I can still move forward
I can still move forward
because I'm here to do my soul's work
because I'm here to do my soul's work
and really help people through my business.
and really help people through my business.
Yeah. And as we say that, I can just see how like that idea lights you up. So let's go to the eyebrow point, Lesley. And I want you to just tune into your body and think about like being visible. Like maybe you're, I don't know, doing a Zoom call for your tribe, for instance. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so feel that and just stop tapping for a second. And where in your body do you feel it when
Oh,
you
it's
think about
just in
doing
my
that?
stomach and my it just in here. It's my in my sort of in my chest, a tightness in my yeah.
Great. Because when we tap, the more we can tune into the feeling in the body, the more we hit the blockages and break them up and clear them through. So we say,
Right.
this fear of being visible,
It's fear of being visible.
right, side of the eye. I'm just terrified of being visible.
I'm just terrified of being visible.
Yeah, under the eye. It's so uncomfortable for me.
It's so uncomfortable for me.
Good. Under the nose. And I feel it in my stomach and my chest.
And I feel it in my stomach and my chest.
The idea of, sorry, chin point, the idea of being visible
The idea of being visible
just is so triggering to me.
is just so triggering to me.
Yeah, good. And just breathe here for a moment. I love this collarbone point, especially with two hands tapping, because there's just such an opportunity to move energy. So just tuning into that fear of being visible. How scary is that?
Mm.
Just imagining being judged by people and criticized by people, right? And people saying, "Oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about," or
Who's she to step out and say these things?
"Yeah, who's she to do? Who is she? Who does she think she is?" Yeah. And now under the arm, this fear of being visible I've carried for so long.
This fear of being visible that I've carried for so long.
Top of the head. I am so ready for a breakthrough.
I'm so ready for a breakthrough.
Great. And then now, Lesley, just take a nice deep breath and let it go. Ah, even sigh it out. Let's do another one. Breathing and let it go. Ah, visible and loud and noisy. Okay, let's check in again on a scale of 0 to 10. And you said that your number was an 8 or 9. The fear of being visible.
Mm.
What number would you give it now? Is it still an 8 or a 9?
It's definitely come down. There's definitely that's definitely the tightness has, just I feel like I can breathe a lot better and it's
Great.
come down quite significantly, I would say, to about a 7.
Okay, great. So it's still quite high though. So
Yeah.
when you tune in and you say how intense is my fear of being visible and it's a 7,
Mm.
what are the thoughts around it? What do you notice? Can you give us a bit more information?
Yeah, I feel like I could probably get on a Zoom call now. Like I wouldn't, be, the terror wouldn't be as bad,
But if
but
it's
still,
still a 7
yeah.
out of 10,
Yeah.
what's the worst thing that could happen in your imagination? What are your
Yeah, that I would start to speak and, try to get the point across, and I would just sound like I couldn't think of what I needed to say
Okay.
and didn't know what I was talking about, sort of thing.
Okay, cool. All right. So let's do a round connected with that. So I would say like that's the fear of expressing yourself clearly, let's
Mm,
say, right?
yeah.
So let's just
Yeah.
go straight to the karate chop point. We
Okay.
say, even though I have this fear of well, actually, let's be more specific. Is it the fear of getting your point across?
Yeah, not
What's
being able to communicate clearly and
yeah.
just sound like I know what I'm talking about, sort
Okay.
of.
Great. Even though
Yeah.
I'm afraid I can't communicate clearly,
Even though I'm afraid I can't communicate clearly.
and I'm afraid I'll look like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm afraid I won't know what, I won't
There
look
it
like.
is, right there, right there's an example. The
I
words are
look
all
like
going
I
to
won't
come
know what
out.
I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Despite all this, I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
Despite all this, I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
Yeah. Even though I have this fear of communicating my passion and truth,
Yeah, even though I have this fear of communicating my passion and truth,
it's like I so want to,
it's like I so want to.
but I'm afraid it's going to come out wrong
Yeah, I'm afraid it's going to come out wrong,
and people won't get it.
and people won't get it.
And it drives me crazy.
And it drives me crazy.
Uh, I forgive myself for having this fear.
I forgive myself for having this fear,
Yeah. Even though I have this fear of not communicating well,
even though I have this fear of not communicating well,
and it's really blocking me.
and it's really blocking me.
I would rather communicate badly
I would rather communicate badly
and still get my message out,
and still get my message
no
out,
matter what it takes,
no matter what it takes,
than have my message stay stuck inside.
than have my message stay stuck inside.
Good. Eyebrow point. This fear that I won't communicate well,
This fear that I won't communicate well.
side of the eye. I'm afraid it'll look like I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm afraid it will look like I don't know what I'm talking about.
And maybe I was shamed at school when I tried to communicate. I don't know what it is for you, Lesley. Does that ring true?
Yeah, maybe not at school, or, just I wasn't, nobody really spoke to me, or sort of,
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
communication wasn't encouraged. Let's
Yeah, yeah,
not to put
yeah.
the blame on anybody,
But
but yeah,
no, we're not putting
yeah.
any blame.
And so it's out of my comfort zone to communicate
Yeah. So it's
verbally.
out of my comfort zone to communicate verbally.
Yeah, I can communicate in the written word like falling off a log.
Yes, I can communicate in the written word like falling off a log.
Yeah, but I've had this block around communicating verbally,
But I've had this block around communicating verbally,
and I forgive myself.
and I forgive myself.
I've set the bar so high
I've set the bar so high.
in terms of how I think I'm supposed to sound or come
Yeah.
across.
In terms of how I think I'm supposed to sound and come across.
And maybe if I just jumble up my words,
Maybe if I just jumble up my words,
I'll be a human being like everybody else
I'll be a human being like everybody
and
else
far more relatable.
and far more relatable and
Because,
authentic.
yeah, because so many of us have that perfectionistic streak.
Exactly. So many of us have that perfectionistic streak.
Yeah, under the arm. So even though I'm afraid of communicating badly,
Even though I'm afraid of communicating badly,
I am ready to unleash verbal communication
I am ready to unleash verbal communication.
and to tolerate it being not exactly how I want it to sound.
Yeah, and tolerate that, it's not going to be exactly how I want it to sound.
Yeah, because getting my message across is so important to me.
Because getting my message across is so important to me. I know I can help people.
Hallelujah. Great. Take a deep breath. Let it go.
Yeah, you know what? It's not going to be perfect the first time. It's not going to be amazing, and it's not going to, but that's the same with everyone. The first time anybody does anything for the first time, it's sometimes, well, not, I don't want to say usually, but it can be terrible the first time. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lots of, and that's the way to begin, right? Is with one really
yeah,
average video or one
yeah,
average Zoom call where it's like bumpy and all over the place and the technology
exactly.
doesn't work and you have a frog in your throat or whatever, and you still
You
know
forget to record.
that you keep the main thing, which is just to share the love in your heart, the passion you have to be able to help people, whether it's pet business owners or people with heart-centered businesses, to be able to trust themselves to get their particular unique offering out there and into the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're all in it together, and it's true, it's not very comfortable. So let's go back and check again the fear of being visible on a scale of 0 to 10. What number would you give it?
It's still there, but I feel like I could do it now. I feel like it's maybe a five,
Okay.
around about a five. Yeah.
So that's amazing. Like we've done a couple of rounds and it's come each time it's
Yeah.
come down, right? So I think, we still have some more clearing to do. And
Yeah.
what I would say is like if it's a five, actually let's do another round, Lesley.
Okay.
So
Yes.
what is up still? If it's a five, that's still considerably affecting your energy system and still a lot of anxiety, what I would say, around whatever it is, and let's make it specific now. So getting on a
Mhm.
Zoom call with your tribe, with the people you're here to help.
Yeah.
Um, and let's say the fear of being visible in that way is about a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. I would say
Okay.
so.
So what are
Yeah.
you afraid of? We've looked at the getting the words messed up, not communicating that clearly. What else is scary for you?
Yeah. Just, you know, the, if it was a a group of people, I feel like all of the things that sort of the fear of standing up on a stage and or that just talking in front of a lot of people,
Have you
it's
ever
sort
done that before, Lesley? Because you sort of
of,
shuddered, like almost like there was a memory of standing up on a stage. Have you?
well, I've done I've been to, business networking meetings and talked about
Yes.
my business in front of a group,
Mm.
and it was pretty terrible.
And what was terrible about it? What was the
Uh,
worst thing?
I forgot most of what I wanted to say,
Yeah.
and it didn't come across anywhere near what I want I felt like I didn't get my point across at all. And I also have this thing where I just start talking, and it's like I just want to get it all out so quickly that just here's all of it all at once. There's no
I do that
pauses or
too.
nuance
We're
or
both Geminis. Maybe that's a Gemini thing. I do that too. It's like all the ideas rush out at once and I talk so fast. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. So what would you identify as the phrase for that or the fear for that? The fear of
Yeah, maybe I just need more practice, and that's all
that's a
it's going
beautiful
to take.
realization. I love
Yeah.
that actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. So let's go to the karate chop point and let's say, even though there's still a lot of fear in me
Even though there's still a lot of fear in me
and anxiety,
and anxiety,
when I think about speaking in front of people and being visible,
when I think about speaking in front of people and being visible,
yeah, I choose to deeply love and accept myself.
I choose to deeply love and accept myself.
Good. Even though I had that experience at the networking event
Even though I had that experience at the networking event,
where things didn't come out how I'd hoped.
it didn't come out how I hoped.
And did you feel embarrassment or shame? What
Yeah,
I felt
like
embarrassed
it
or
stuck
shame.
with me for a long time. I was just,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And I'm
thought
still
about
I'm
it
still
over and over. Yeah,
yeah, and I made myself wrong for it.
and I made myself wrong for it.
I'd like to forgive myself now.
I'd like to forgive myself now.
It was incredibly brave for me to get up on that stage,
Yeah, it was incredibly brave for me to get up on that stage,
and I choose to honor myself for doing that.
and I choose to honor myself for doing that,
Even though I carry a belief
even though I carry a
that
belief
I'm shy
that I'm shy
and an introvert.
and an introvert.
And if these aren't true, you tell me
It's
what's
true,
yeah,
yeah.
okay. And that I don't like to be visible.
And I don't like to be visible.
I'm open to dissolving these old beliefs
I'm open to dissolving these old beliefs,
and planting seeds for new beliefs
implanting seeds for new beliefs.
where I discover it's actually quite fun
Yeah, where I discover it's actually quite fun
to serve the people I'm here to serve
to serve the people I'm here to serve.
and to stumble through speaking to them however I do.
Yeah, and to stumble through speaking to them however I do.
But most importantly, to share the passion in my heart
But most importantly, to share the passion in my heart.
so that I can be an example of marketing with love.
Yeah, so I can be an example of marketing with love.
Yeah, for their highest good and mine.
Exactly, for their highest good and mine.
Great. Bunny,
Hello, darling.
She's like, don't forget the pet businesses.
Yes.
Don't forget to mention the pet business. Great. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go to the eyebrow point. We say this old story that I'm not good at talking in front of people.
This old story that I'm not good at talking in front of people.
Side of the eye. I'm so tired of the fear and anxiety.
I'm so tired of the fear and anxiety.
It's held me back from sharing more of my content with the world.
It's held me back from sharing my content with the world.
So even though I still have some fear,
So even though I still have some fear,
I'm ready to back myself.
I'm ready to back myself.
I'm ready to have the courage to be more visible
I'm ready to have the courage to be more visible.
so that people and pets can prosper. Well, that's
Yes,
very a lot of alliteration.
I love it. People, it's so that people and pets and the planet can prosper.
Yeah, I choose to set myself free.
I choose to set myself free.
And I choose to surprise myself by a new experience around being visible.
And I choose to surprise myself with new experience about being visible.
It's totally possible it could be fun.
It's totally possible it could be fun.
Great. And now I'll get you to take a deep breath and release it. And if you will, just close your eyes for a moment. I find this is a really good way after we do a couple of rounds of tapping to just drop in and feel into in your body a new possibility. Perhaps see yourself hopping on that Zoom call and laughing and playing with the people that you're here to serve and making mistakes and laughing at yourself for wanting to get it right, having the words be jumbled and having it be just fine, but also having the passion in your heart and the way that you do business really land with these people who have their own insecurities around being visible, about putting
Mm.
themselves out there, so that you can be the perfect person to fire them up and coach them and mentor them to be able to just unleash themselves, yeah, themselves on the world. Okay, you can open your eyes. How does that feel?
Oh, it's so much better. And, I could even explain that I sometimes I stumble over my words and, I do want to work with people in who do have these same, they do have these same fears. And, pet business owners, they work with pets for a reason because sometimes they're a little bit, some of them can be a bit awkward around other people. So, you know what? These are my people. Yeah, if I just let them know, then I feel that I can just put myself out there and they won't judge me. They'll understand.
I love
So,
it. Lesley, I have had this fear, even despite like 12 years as an actress or whatever, this fear
mm,
of being visible and and I once came up with this idea because I love animals like you do, of this circle of little fluffy, furry animals surrounding me and just giving me reassurance and confidence when I had
oh, I
to go onto a
love
stage
that.
and do something. And they'd be saying, they'd be sitting there and they had voices for some reason.
Oh,
They're animals that spoke and they'd say, oh, isn't she wonderful? Oh, look how amazing she is. Oh, we love her so much. And so I'm thinking of you like with pets and with dogs, the dogs or the cats, they're not judging you. They're not saying, "Oh, her words are coming out wrong" or whatever. They're like listening for the word treat, treat,
I
whatever
love
it is. But
that.
yeah, so maybe you can weave that in, have that feeling when you sit in front of the two-leggeds to share what you want to share. Is there
I
anything
love that.
else before we wrap up this call?
I think that's it. I think I'm there. I think I can do this. I can do this now. I
Awesome.
know I can do this.
Wonderful. Well, I enjoyed talking to you, and let's do it again sometime.
Awesome. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.